Well, no doubt about it, a lot more of us are spending a lot more time at home than usual these days. Add to that the fact that these are indeed incredibly challenging times, full of stress and uncertainty, and you might well have the perfect storm for a hair-pulling disaster. Well, what do you do about that? How can you take all this additional time at home and all the uncertainty that goes with it and totally turn this around for yourself? Instead of sitting at home and stewing in the mud of worry, how can you turn this into maybe some of the most productive, rewarding time you've ever had, all the while easing the burden on your hair pulling? You know what? I got the secret sauce for you. Stay tuned. So for sure, these are incredibly challenging times. As I record this video for you here today, we're right smack dab in the midst of this coronavirus pandemic, and it's a doozy, you know? I'll tell you what, I'm 62 years old, and I've seen a lot of things in my life, a lot of things I never expected to see, but I've never seen anything quite like this, where the entire nation, not to mention the rest of the world, has, for all intents and purposes, been paralyzed while we wait for this epidemic to run its course. No doubt, this is serious stuff. So now, let's talk about how all this impacts you, though. Let's think about this for a minute. What are the common triggers for hair pulling? What are the contexts and situations where this kind of thing tends to happen most? Well, let's see. Most hair pulling, not all, but for our clients, I would say the vast majority of their pulling tends to happen when they're at home, or at least when they're alone. Okay? What else? Well, stress and anxiety and uncertainty, for sure, are troublesome triggers. And right now, because for most of us, we have to stay at home, many of us don't have access to the social support systems we might normally have access to that, if we did, might help us blow off some of this steam. So what do you have here then? Well, you have the perfect recipe for what I'm going to call Trichotillomania soup. You've got all the ingredients in place for potentially an uptick, maybe a major uptick in hair pulling activity. So what are our options? What do we do about the fear, the uncertainty, the anxiety, and maybe the sense of powerlessness that's gripped so many of us? And what's the antidote for fear? You know what? The answer is action. Yeah. See, the way you escape fear, doubt, and uncertainty, and the kind of paralysis that's often the result of something like this, is to take action, is to do something about it. Now, I don't mean just keeping busy, although that can help. Heck, I know a lot of people whose homes are the cleanest they've ever been because now they have all this time on their hands and they want to feel like they're keeping busy, so this is how they're occupying themselves. And that's fine. That can only be a good thing, right? Think of that as a positive side benefit to having this problem then. But for what it's worth, I'm not actually talking about just keeping busy, just passing the time. I'm talking about finding ways to make this time you have available to you now rewarding, personally, professionally, or both. I'll give you some examples. Just in my case, for example, I'm doing this video for you here today. That's how I'm spending my time today. That to me feels like a very productive use of my time and energy. I'm providing what I hope is some meaningful information for you. And for me, honestly, I can't think of a better use of my time than that. It meets my values. It makes me feel good. I feel like I'm making a difference for you and others. It's hard to feel like things are out of control when I'm taking distinct action in the direction of something that's important to me. What else? Well, there's a bigger picture. I'm in the process of creating a complete and comprehensive video-based home study program based on exactly the kind of thing we do here with our clients, our uniquely powerful coaching paradigm that has been proven very successful over these past many years. Now, our plan is for this home study program, whenever it's released, to be accessible for anyone in the world as long as they have an internet connection, no matter where they live or what their financial situation is like. Our goal, our intention, our outcome is to be able to get this into the hands of anyone who needs it now and into the future. There are probably millions of people like that all around the world, right? Now, that to me is pretty exciting. Imagine being able to have that kind of impact on potentially that many people around the world. That gets me off the couch, that gets me excited, all right? Now, that's just me. But what about you? How can you use your time so you're feeling like you're making the most out of it? What actions can you take? Well, I have a couple of ideas, and then, a few ideas that some of our clients have shared with us. You could learn a new language. Maybe a language you've always dreamed you might study one day, but like me, maybe you never got around to it, like French or Italian or Upper Mongolian. I don't know. Is that a language? How about picking up that camera you bought a few years ago and finally learning how to use it? That's a suggestion I could take for myself. I've got a Nikon DSLR I picked up from Costco probably 6 or 7 years ago that I still haven't figured out how to use. But it's not for lack of resources, it's not for a lack of information. There's all kinds of good information online about photography and how to use a camera, even specifically this particular kind of a camera. How about learning a new recipe? Have you heard about this online service called Masterclass? Glay and I purchased this service several months ago, and I can tell you it has lots of great classes, tutorials, and trainings in areas like cooking, fiction writing, negotiations, even gymnastics. And their teachers are all world-class names, people whose names you would know. You know, filmmaking, storytelling, basketball. Yeah, Steph Curry teaches basketball skills on there. I've looked at it. Teaches dribbling, shooting, how to move with or without the ball. And it's a treasure trove of fun, entertaining, and useful skills. And it's a wonderful way to use this time to grow your skill set, to make you a bigger, better, stronger, more versatile person as a result. Check it out. It's called Masterclass. Now, what kind of ideas come to you? Remember, in life, it's not what happens that determines the direction of our lives. It's what we do with what happens that makes all the difference. So let's all take some time now that we have the time, to consider how each of us can create a silver lining around this admittedly challenging time. Most importantly, let's all commit to making the most of it, okay? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to be able to notify you when we have new content, more helpful videos coming your way. And of course, feel free to share this video or this channel with anyone or any online groups you think would benefit from it. And you know what? Go ahead and hit that reply button below and leave us a comment. Talk to us. What kind of interesting possibilities came to mind for you as you begin to think about how you could really make the most of this time at home? If you're watching this video at our Facebook community page, please leave a comment there. We'd love to meet and chat with you. In fact, now, if you have questions about trichotillomania or hair pulling in general and you're just not quite sure where to go for answers, please feel free to visit our website's questions and answers page at trick-free.com/qa.html. We do actually look through all those questions that come into us. We look at them very carefully, just like we do to the comments and questions that show up here at our YouTube channel. And we do our best to answer as many of those questions in these very videos as possible. Again, please do be sure to like and subscribe. You know, we're here to entertain, inform, and most importantly, to empower you to begin taking control of your hair pulling activity in ways you probably never thought possible before. And gee, look, you know, if you or a loved one have been struggling with trichotillomania, and now you have some extra time on your hands there at home, maybe free of some of the distractions of normal everyday life, like school, or, you know, the extended commutes to and from work, or maybe job-related travel, things like that, things you don't have to be doing anymore right now. Maybe this could be a golden opportunity for you to get this hair-pulling junk handled once and for all while you have the time, right? What do you think? If you want to reach out to us, feel free to visit our website at www.trick-free.com. You can always write to us at relief@trick-free.com, or you can feel free to call us at any time of day or night, toll-free at 833-TRICK-FREE. Thanks again for watching. I'm Robert Mantell with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialist. Here's wishing you and your family a safe and sound and a trick-free week.